Assalamualaikum, hi. For this video, we'll go to the chapter 2, subject wave and vibrations. So the topic will be superposition. So for this, I'll focus only one part of the superposition, which is two simple harmonic motion that have the same direction and same frequencies. So the later we will continue with the another type of the superposition for the another videos, inshallah. So the superposition of two simple harmonic motion that have same direction and the same frequency definitely will get something that we familiar with, okay, which is the combine of two simple harmonic motion will create what we call as the constructive. Okay, if the phase angle here both is 0, okay, both 0, then you can definitely get the constructive. Other than that, then it's become constructive or destructive, depend on the phase angle. So now try to discuss in the physical way. If we have two simple harmonic motion, which is defined as x1 and x2, okay, which is x1, the amplitude will be a1 here, a1, and for the a2 here, okay, for the x2, the amplitude will be a2, and both run in the same frequency omega t with the phase angle 1 and 2. So when we combine both, we have the general equation, which is x equal to a cos omega t plus that side, okay. So then from here we can find the amplitude. So the physical way to find the amplitude, okay, so here we have 2, okay, this is a1 and a2, okay? And angle for the a1 is psi 1, okay, this is the phase angle, and this is psi 2, okay, for the a2, and the delta here is the phase angle for the a, the resultant for the from the a1 and a2, which is a is the total amplitude. So to find the a, this is the value for the a, and then you can see that if a1 and a2 have a value, then it depend on the delta, which is delta is equal to, can say, okay, here delta is equal to the difference between the phase angle 1 and 2, and finally can get this equation. So the combined oscillation, okay, is a simple harmonic motion, okay, whose angular frequency is the same as the frequency of the component oscillation, and its amplitude of the combined oscillation we call is a, okay. So now the analysis we can make here, if the value of the delta, okay, which is delta is equal to psi 2 minus psi 1, which is the phase angle, okay. So right now we have two wave that the same frequency but they have phase angle, means that maybe one of the graph shifted, okay, example. So then what will happen to the output in the combined to for the two graph? The standard one will be if plus minus 2k pi, the delta is equal to plus minus 2k pi, or the delta is equal to plus minus 2k plus 1 pi. So means that for plus minus 2k pi, so the value actually here is even, okay, even number of pi, for this one for the odd number, okay, for the odd number of pi. So from here you can put the value for into the a, okay. So the value of a, okay, so you can put the value of the cos theta and the sin theta. So the delta, so example you can put the delta equal to 0, delta is equal to 0, okay. So cos 0 is 1, so here you can get a1 plus a2 square, since that cos delta is 1 for cos 0. And for A2 sine delta, delta equal to 0, sine 0 is 0. So automatically this will be the value. So you can see that here will be constructive because the amplitude for A1 and A2 you can add it. If both A1 and A2 have value 1, then definitely you can get 2 power of 2, you can get A2 is power the value will be 4, sorry. So this will be the answer. And we can go to the 2 pi, okay, example for 2 pi. If delta is equal to 2 pi, what will happen? So A square, you can put the value here, cos 2 pi, okay, cos 2 pi, you can see from this graph, okay, this graph 2 pi, this graph for cosine, let's see for sine, okay, so for cosine 2 pi, okay, the value will be 1. So still the same thing here, okay, you can get the value is A1 plus A2, since the cos 2 pi is equal to 1, then you can get value A2 here. For sine 2 pi, you can check here this from this graph here, sine 2 pi will be 0. So the same one, so we can assume that any value of the even number here, you can get this result. So this we call as a constructive. How about the delta equal to plus minus 2k plus 1 pi? So this will be pi, 3 pi and 5 pi, which is odd number. So you can check here the value. Still can put this inside this value, okay, cos theta and sin theta here. Okay, so you can see what happened. A square, A1 plus A2 cos pi, cos pi. Okay, maybe you can check the value here. Cos pi is equal to -1. So here we can get here A1 minus A2 power of 2 plus A2 sin delta. So sin pi is 0. So automatically you can get the value is 0 here. So you can get value here is A1 minus A2 square. Okay, maybe you can try for this one for pi. Delta is equal to pi. How about delta is equal to 3 pi? Okay, A2, A1 minus A2, sorry, minus A2 sorry. For A1, you can check here, cos delta for 3 pi. For 3 pi should be another value here, 3 pi. So definitely we get -1 so, okay. So here also -1, we can get -2 here. And sin 3 pi is equal to 0. So here we can call it a destructive, okay. So this will be the destructive if both A1 and A2, the amplitude of two simple harmonic motion, have the same amplitude, 1 and 1, definitely you can get the value 0. Okay, so this will be the destructive. And for the constructive, any value they will be added. Okay, so example for this simple harmonic motion, okay. So here, example one of the graph, okay, and the second graph also the same value here, okay, the same value here. So definitely you can get the combination, okay, with this one, okay, 1 plus 1 you can get 2, 0 is 0, -1 will be -2 will be same value here, and also this one is 1, that's a 0. So you can get this type of graph. Okay, so for this example, here A1 minus A2, okay. So for graph A, okay, and then they have the shifted by pi, okay. Shifted by pi means that, okay, example I took the sine graph, shifted by pi means that it will start from here, okay. So here, if the value here 1, this one is minus 1, so definitely you can get the value of 0. So you can get straight line here. If if one of the graph, maybe A1 is value of 2, then maybe you can get the value smaller than the first one. Okay, so that will be, this first will be constructive, and this will be destructive. Okay, so this for the two simple harmonic motion with the same frequency, but it doesn't mean same the phase angle. Okay, see you again for the next video. Assalamualaikum.